Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Anna and I love sushi. But instead of getting sushi, I took a bartending course. If you couldn't tell, I love Taylor Swift. So I had to play some Taylor Swift during my final. So if you didn't know, now you know. Your girl's gotta support her girl. Today, as I was completing my final for bartending school, I was thinking about jobs. And that's today's video. Now that I've completed bartending school, the next step is to get a bartending job. So I'm just putting it out there. I could be a bartender. For anyone watching that owns a bar. I'm a bartender. Recently, I started a new job as a server. And I have a lot of experience serving, so it's not even going to be a problem. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, all that jazz. I'll be fine. But I did want to talk about my process in finding a job. A server is a server is a server. Is a server. Any restaurant that you work at, it's going to be the same. Take orders, operate a POS system, and then opening and closing duties. It just differs with the type of restaurant that you work at. For example, if you work at a fine dining restaurant, then you're going to have to learn how to fold napkins or roll silverware in napkins for table settings. If you work at a place that doesn't do dine-in, it's just takeout, then all you really need to worry about is how to bag the items and put condiments and utensils. What you want to look out for are the values you hold. If you want to work at a place that is low stress, then maybe look for mom and pop shops or cafes, where the menu is not too extensive. It's just sandwiches and beverages rather than sandwiches, salads, soups, wine, beer. Those food establishments would be a little bit more stressful because you have to remember all of those things. My first serving job was at a Vietnamese cafe. So they had coffee, they had boba, which was great, and sandwiches. Really easy stuff. I was making the sandwich. I was food prep. I was cashier. I was barista. All of that, which is a great first job because then I get a taste of everything. I took that job because it was directly in front of the community college that I was going to at the time. So it was convenient. After class, I would just walk over, have a shift. The owners were also pretty nice because they were starting out. This was their baby. They've never had a restaurant before, and then they opened it as a joint project. And in my experience, people who start out, owners who start out, they're really nice. It's usually after years and bad reviews or bad employees or bad health inspections that they become really bitter and mean and cold. So number one, convenience. I typically look for places that are within driving distance or walking distance, some place that isn't so far that traffic could become a factor in me arriving late, and then that's reflected badly on who I am as a person. Second thing I look for is cuisine or the food that they offer. Because why would you want to work at a place that you don't like the food? Usually when you work at a serving job, they will give you food during a shift, on your break. They're like, yeah, order whatever you want. Or it's 50% off. That's the employee discount. So why would you want to work at a place that you can't eat at? I don't know. That's me. I've worked at a cafe where it's sandwiches, pastries, and coffee. And I love coffee, which is why I work there. The food didn't really matter to me as much because my shifts were maybe 4 hours. And I don't have to eat every 4 hours. I'm not a baby. I could eat before my shift and then be full the entire shift, go home, and then eat. Whereas if I was working at other restaurants where it was a 6-hour shift, and yes, I would like to eat the food that they serve there. And usually it was sushi because I'm Anna and I love sushi. I had this one coworker who didn't like sushi. And we were working at a sushi restaurant. And it was mind-boggling because I didn't understand. I asked him, what do you eat then? And he said, bowl of rice because we offer rice. I said, then why do you work here? Why are you working at a place where you can't or choose not to eat the food that they serve? Do you just not want to make use of the employee discount or the free meal? He was like, then I said, what do you recommend at the table? There are some customers that come over and they're like, yeah, it's my first time here. What's good? What do you say? And, he gave an acceptable answer, which is, oh, I don't eat sushi, but a lot of customers like this, this, and this. It's a good answer. It's acceptable. But if I got a customer who said, what's good? I would say, oh my God, you need to, it would be a whole acting thing. Third thing I look for in a serving job is turnover rate. I will be training, usually, with the manager for the first few days, and I'll ask, who is your longest serving employee? He, she, or they will point them out to me, or name drop them if they're not there. And then as a follow-up, I'll ask, how long have they been there? If they say 3 years, then it's cool, I'm chilling. If it's less than 3 years, then I'm kind of worried. Then I would ask more follow-up questions, such as, have people left because they have other obligations like school or family, children, or is it under a new management? They brought in a new team, something like that. Because my experience, if the longest serving employee is less than 3 years, then it's a bad job. I've worked with people who have put in 20 years of their life in one restaurant. And to me, that sounds like they love their job. They love the people, they love the food, they love the hours, whatever it is, because she's loyal, she shows up, and she keeps coming back. To me, that sounds like a good gig. That is definitely a restaurant that you would want to work at. At the end of the day, you gotta love what you do, because why invest in something that's just making your life miserable? I know that sometimes jobs are just a means to an end, which is to make money. But money does not equate to happiness, especially if you're suffering the whole way through to get that money. You might as well just do something that is pleasant, fulfilling, maybe challenging, makes you grow a little bit, makes you learn things, and then get money out of it, rather than slogging along, just grinding and hustling, and it's like not good for your mental health, period. It goes back to, why would you serve at a restaurant where you can't eat any of the food that you're serving? I don't know. Just so mind-boggling. Obviously, if you are stuck with a job, and define that however you will, if you're stuck with a job and it just sucks, but you got to do it, and you can't love what you do at that job, then my advice to you would just be, keep your professional life separate from your personal life. Because if you lose yourself in your job that you hate, you're just going to become a hateful person. You need to be able to distinguish, work Anna from personal Anna, boba Anna, sushi Anna, because they can't be two people. I don't want to be a hateful person. I want to be someone who brings positivity into the world, makes people laugh and smile and whatever. And I can't do that if I delegate my entire personality on this job that I hate. That would be bad. Those are my thoughts on it. But I am so mind-boggled by this one coworker. But hey, this was fun. We should do this again next week. Same time, same day. I gotta go get a bartending job. Or own a bar and then just play Taylor Swift. Bye.